everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to just take you through my Monday aim training routine. If you're new, I'm documenting my journey going from a pretty average aimer to hopefully developing some really solid aim. The goal isn't just improvement in aim trainers, but to take that directly to the shooters that I'm playing. Right now, Mondays is going to be all about clicking. Clicking is pretty fundamental. I don't really play CSGO or Valorant, but it's still very important to have that solid foundation of clicking, and like dragging your crosshair to different places on your screen. So I feel like it's pretty important. I don't want to just have like aim that's made for one game, whether that be Call of Duty or it's going to be Warzone, Apex, Battlefield, whatever it is. I want my aim to be solid across any game that I play. It doesn't matter what game it is. I want it to be good all around. So that I start my week with it because it's probably what I'm the worst at. So I'm really bad. So what I do when I do it is I try to focus on getting those nice clean lines between targets. I'm probably gonna say that a bunch of times in this video, but that's really what I'm trying to work on, is getting those perfectly clean lines and not over flicking, because that's something I do a lot. I'm trying to get an hour of each day to each aim category. I know it's pretty difficult for me sometimes to get a full hour because work, home life, making videos, playing games, it's a lot. So I'm not rushing. I want to make sure everything counts. So as far as my current scenarios, I start off with pokeball. Pokeball is pretty simple, especially once I figured out that you're supposed to hold down mouse 1 when you do these. If you don't hold down mouse 1, you're not going to kill the bots, or it's going to be very inconsistent. I didn't know that. I had to look that up to find that out. So in case you didn't know, hold mouse 1 in these and then clean lines. I'm taking my time. And then working on those micro corrections, what I'll do now is I'll go to hipfire pokeball, where they're a little bit closer together, and then even smaller. So you're really working on it really hard. Those micro corrections using like maybe the fingertips, different things like that. And then I'll do one wall, 6 targets after that. And this is actually a clicking scenario, so you're actually clicking here. Like I said, clean lines, not over flicking, and trying to kill the bot with at least the second micro corrector. We don't want to over correct and go past the bot and then come back the other way and miss it again and then miss it again. I really want to try to take my time and at least get it on the second one. And then after that is going to be Pasu, and let me tell you, I cannot stand Pasu. And what I want to do here in Pasu is just to really focus on not tracking the bot, not letting my crosshair get in front of it and then let it run into it. You really want to make sure you're actually clicking on the bot. Next is just floating heads. It's a pretty basic thing. Just the bots are just rotating in a horizontal path and you need to get to them and click on them. This is also very important, still doing clean lines. Next is going to be popcorn. See, I don't know about popcorn. It's really hard not to just sit where the bots are coming to their peak. It's pretty simple to do that and it makes killing the bots a lot easier, but I don't know how much that would actually translate into the game, because if you wait for the bot to come into your crosshair, you're basically trying to predict where it's going to go, and a real person, they could change direction at any time. So it's really hard to figure out the best way to do this to actually translate in game. And then after that, we're going to do large one wall, large one wall TS, and then jumbo. And we're going to be doing, in that situation, we're going to be doing, this is all about speed. The larger targets are all about speed. So I do precision first, the smaller targets, and then here with the larger ones, so that I can work on trying to push it fast while still being disciplined and doing everything, not over flicking, going clean lines between each target, trying to hit everything on that first shot, not having to do micros. And if you are doing a micro correction, then I definitely want to keep the micro corrections to at least just one. Because in game, if you do multiple micro corrects, you're probably going to be dead, especially in fast TTK games. CSGO or Valorant, you know, if you're not there first, you are going to be dead. And then what I'll do after that, go into Kovaaks, like you see here. I'll go to these scenarios, and then it'll filter through all the different scenarios that there are for clicking, you know, so that I can try to find either new stuff, just getting in a bunch of variety. Learning is about variety, and your brain works well when you have different scenarios over and over and over and over again. And there are thousands and thousands of scenarios in Kovaaks that you can find. You can do the free play. So when you do free play, you can change the size. If they're too small, if they're moving too fast, you can slow them down. There's no time limit. So these are just some of the scenarios that I found in there. So that's what I really like to do after. And then after I do those, it'll just be dedicated work. So if I notice that my lines are not very good, then I'll really start working hard and trying to keep those lines extra clean. Do some more poke ball, work on getting those lines directly to and from each target to the next target to the next target, trying to be very disciplined, keeping those over flicks down, trying to kind of take my time and work within myself on those small scenarios. And then in the faster or the bigger scenarios, that's when I really get to try to work on speed and getting to an on target quickly. So I really feel like it's good to kind of balance that out, where you do some that is going to be precision, and then you're going to do some that's going to be speed. And then dynamic clicking, even though how much I freaking hate pass through, I know because I'm so bad at it that it's a very good scenario for me to be working on, because it is so difficult for me. So when it's difficult, that means it's got to be pretty good at working on something in your aim. I really want to be intentional about everything that I do. I don't want to just be wasting time. You know, in Kovaaks, one of the ways that you can really waste time is when you're doing like one wall targets. You don't want to be floaty. You know, you want to be, you're not going to aim floaty in game. So I want to work on precision, yes, be accurate, but I also want to start implementing speed, because speed is going to be very important to getting on target as fast as you can. Anything that I find in those, what I'm doing after, like going through the filter, and I find something, I really like this, I really want to keep using this, I'll just add it to a playlist, and then I'll always have it, so I don't have to be searching for it all the time. So right now, I mean, that's it for Mondays. Mondays is going to be all about clicking, click timing, trying to find new scenarios, and really trying to get an hour of time. I mean, if I have more time, I'll keep doing it. Once I get at least an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, if I have lots of time that day to clicking, I'll actually just start working on kind of everything. You know, I think I have a couple playlists that kind of does, you know, a variety of things: tracking, target switching, clicking, flicking, all those essential things. And I'll just do those playlists and start just working on those, so I can try to stay nice and well-rounded. A lot of my games that I'm playing currently are going to be tracking and target switching, but I mean, you can't neglect clicking and flicking. If you neglect that, everything else is going to suffer. So yeah, nothing super flashy. I mean, there's nothing flashy about aim training. It gets pretty boring sometimes, but you know, I'm starting to get to where as we're waiting for these new games to come out, Battlefield, the new Call of Duty, whatever games that we're going to be playing for the next couple years, I've kind of just been enjoying Aim Trainer more than I have been playing in game. Just feeling myself get better, feeling myself improving, trying to get better with my aim, and that has really been, I mean, I just really like it. So that's all I have for y'all today. If you have any scenarios that y'all want me to try, drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Thank y'all.